talked about this. Why is Carlton County such a drug center? I have people asking me that all the time.
I had a long conversation with Pete today, and this is going to kind of tie in now, and we're going to be able to put the whole puzzle together for you.
Closure, Jeff.
Oh boy.
If we get rid of the Cloquet Police Department,
Oh boy.
we now have housing for this HDC money, and the fire department won't have to go very far to put the fire out. It'll be right upstairs. Now, why do we have such a drug problem in Carleton County? We don't. The problem we have is Sniffy and his little master want to patrol every article, orifice, viaduct that comes and goes through Carleton County. And the reality is most of it is going beyond us. However, it's stopped here because Sniffy and his partner want to make sure that they get their share of the pie. Now, I don't know if you've seen any police stops lately in this city, but it seems like we can designate 6 officers or so to each stop.
I've noticed that.
It may be one fellow, but what that tells me as a taxpayer is either they're really bored or there's nothing happening, which means we shouldn't have them. And that's not even looking at what we spend in budget time for non-actual patrol officers, but people who do, we'll call it administrative stuff. And I was telling Pete that this evening that was kind of my short-term solution. The other thing is, as I understand it, our county attorney is no longer going to prosecute city offenses. So, on top of all the dollars we spend for officers, on top of all the money we spend for officers' education, on top of all the money we spend for their vehicles, we're also going to be paying for somebody such as myself or another attorney to do the prosecution for the city of Cloquet. And at some point in time, I think that the city has to look at it realistically and say, how much money are we willing to invest to stop out-of-town drug dealers from getting to International Falls, Duluth, Thunder Bay?
Well, who's going to do the work then? I mean, we do need some kind of policing in the city. Who will do it?
Carleton County Sheriff's Department is obligated to provide police service. If they make the arrest, Carleton County Attorney's Office is obligated to prosecute.
Well, what you were just talking about, I honestly believe years ago, I think we did have a city prosecutor. I think we even had a city jail at that time in Cloquet, and we had a city judge. I think your son had something to do with all this.
Which was the city attorney.
Yeah. So it sounds like we're going backwards instead of forwards.
Overly was the judge.
Yeah, Judge Overly. Yeah. Personally, I think the drug problem, it depends on what you're talking about. The serious drug problem that's creating right now seems to be in the drug ecstasy, because the young people don't believe it's dangerous. We're down to 1 minute.
I don't want you picking on the fire department.
I'm not. I think there's a valid place for the fire department.
Every time I fall down, my wife can't pick me up. I've called the fire department 9 times, and they've come up and picked me up.
No, I'm not advocating for anything against the fire department. I think because of the industry, we need them, and I think they do lend a very valuable service to the city. I will say that.
It's time to go, Harry.
Time is up.
Time's up.
Thank you, Pete.
Thanks,
Ray.
Yep.
Larry.
Night.
Jeff. I'm Harry Newby Sr. I hope to see you again next week. I'm not sure.